And also, I wanted to clarify and say that just because I don't want to speak on the twin flame journey doesn't mean that I'm depressed. Because I feel like some people will maybe perceive this as like me going through this really difficult time. And I wouldn't really say it's a really difficult time. Obviously, some things that have taken place are unfortunate, but like it doesn't mean I'm not happy. At the end of the day, I'm still happy. It may not like seem like it at the moment, like by the way I'm speaking, but like I am grateful. You know, I mean, maybe I'm not completely happy, but I am grateful. And I'm proud of myself. I'm very grateful specifically for my business. And that's something else that I wanted to mention because I don't want to just like focus on the negative. But specifically, like this week, I believe, this week, I have made the most money that I've ever made in my life, which is freaking amazing. And I do give myself a pat on the back for that because I know it's not all about the money, but at the end of the day, this is also my career. This is what I do for a living. And I don't, I don't go to a 9 to 5 or I don't do anything else part-time. Like this is my livelihood. So I'm really fortunate to not even just be able to make ends meet, but to really like have and then some, like to be able to live fairly comfortably, to be honest. And my business just keeps growing. And I'm just really, really grateful because I truly know that this is the beginning. I have other things in the works too. I know down the line I will have multiple streams of income. Like that's my plan. Even though, for at least right now, tarot is my biggest and only source of income between my live readings and my personals. But I'm supposed to be getting a laptop next month. And once I get this laptop, my plan is to create at least one deck. Hopefully I have it done by the end of the year to sell on Etsy. A deck of my own. I really want to create two, but I'm probably just going to start with one because I want to create a messages deck. But then I also want to create this oracle deck that I've, been playing around with for a long time, since like earlier this year when I first got the download about it. But I think I'll come out with a messages deck first for, something to just, add to my business and something that, other people can use and really enjoy. The other thing is, once I get this laptop, I'm going to start writing my book. Now, the book is something that I know is going to take time, also because it's going to be one of the most difficult things I've ever done in my life. It's something that's very, very, very personal to me. It's going to require me to really dig deep into my past. So even though I know it's going to be very healing, it's also going to be very painful. And so I'm going to have to go at my own pace when it comes to writing this book because I know that there are going to be memories that resurface, a lot of emotions to where I'm going to have to be gentle and patient with myself. So I don't really know how long the book is actually going to take to, fully write. And then not only that, but like, to be published and everything else. But I got this download at this point a few years back to write a book on this exact issue. And I know I'm being guided to do it for a reason. It's something that's really going to push the envelope. And I feel like it's something that a lot of people haven't really talked about, or at least publicly. It's kind of a taboo issue. And so I feel like it's going to create some waves, to be honest. But I feel like it needs to be said because I'm a firm believer that, like, how do I want to say this? that sweeping things under the rug doesn't really do anything. In order for us to really bring about change, things need to come to light. Things need to be brought to the surface, even like the uncomfortable things, even the scary things that like a lot of people don't want to talk about, needs to be brought to the surface. And so that's really my intention with this book. Well, one of my intentions with this book. But also my main intention is to really spread awareness from my perspective, and tried to have a voice for other people who feel like they don't have a voice in this world. And my other intention is to remind people who have went through similar experiences as me, that they're not crazy into feeling the way that they do. Those are like my two biggest intentions, that I want people to open their eyes to certain things and have a new perspective, or, just something to keep in mind. But also for the people who have been through this trauma, honestly, to know that there are people out there that do understand, even when you feel alone and even when you feel like no one's really going to understand. So this book is definitely a long time coming. It's something that I could have started writing a few years ago, but I procrastinated. One, because I knew it would take a lot of work, but also because I knew that it wouldn't be easy for me to do. And I was afraid of actually backtracking on my own healing. I was afraid of reopening certain wounds too soon. I was afraid of downward spiraling, and so I wanted to wait a little bit to feel like I was ready to really kind of like open that book again, literally, so to speak. So there's a lot of exciting things in store for the future. I think that I will have the deck out by the end of this year, like to sell to you guys. At least that's my goal, because I don't think, like, once I actually get the laptop, I don't think it'll take that long for me to actually create. It's just a matter of like, I gotta actually, do research and figure out, how it all works in terms of it like being manufactured, and figuring out how many I want to buy at a time, and how much I want to sell it for, and like the actual like design of it. Like those things, I don't know how long it's going to take, but yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited. So good things in store. And I'm hoping in the future, one day, my hope for the podcast is that it could be successful too, to where, maybe it could, I could make other connections in the podcast world. So, one step at a time.